But you can't be
All right, what's up, y'all? Y'all are in for a treat tonight, okay? Because y'all, okay.
The power of three.
We're back, Power Rangers.
All right, y'all. Y'all know who it is. We are the Unbiased Panel. My name is Shay Renee Online. We have conversations with Sean here and Mr. The Jeremy Speaks TV in the building. Okay. So y'all, you know how we do. We are going to wait a few minutes to get a couple people here in on the live, like my sis Sean does. We're going to wait till we get about the 5-minute mark, and we just going to chat amongst ourselves. And y'all going to listen to us.
And you're going to like it.
All right, and you going to like it.
And you going to like it.
So, Jeremy, you ain't come on earlier, but I had my husband going and getting me things. And me and Sean were just having conversations about how we enjoy being married because we get to ask our husbands to do things. My husband likes to do things with an attitude. So he go and get me some wine, and then he did a little pump fake to the camera because he don't want nobody to see him. I'm like, well, you're on my social media.
Okay. we love for the merges.
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a whole lot.
I'm dating somebody now.
Come on,
I know.
All right. So what does I haven't dated in so long. So tell me what dating consists of these days. Is it dating mean monogamy, or if you see me out with somebody, nigga, you don't know me. Okay. What that look like?
Well, the thing about it is like until we both equally decide to be in we're equally is obtuse in this sentence. But if we, whenever we agree to be in a fully committed relationship, that's what it's going to be. But honestly, the main focus that we have is towards each other. Not saying I'm not like chit-chatting with other people. And then I know he's not, because his focus is solely on me. But, I'm I like to keep I don't want to just put my eggs all in one basket just in case. But, he's the only person I've been really spending time with for like the last 2.5 months. So,
okay.
And, he works in corporate America too. He runs the IT division for VDOT. So he's always busy. And then I'm always busy because, I do finance. I'm a financial analyst. And we're able to, like, for example, he has to set up for the election, for the state election this Monday. He has to set up all of the, the technical stuff. And, we're supposed to be hanging out on Monday. I'm not really mad at that, because we're going to be hanging out later. But at the end of the day, like, the dating is what we're doing. We're going on a whole bunch of different dates, like every weekend. Like we switch on and alternate. So last weekend I took us to like Top Golf. We went to
y'all cute.
We went to a winery. We're always at a winery. He loves wineries. I am not a big fan of wineries.
I love wineries.
I like wineries too.
Because I don't like wine. I love wine, but I just like it's like only a select food. Black people only like certain types of wine. It's sweet wine. We don't want to be.
That's it. I can't stand no dry wine. Oh my!
That's what I'm saying. There's so many different disgusting wines, and I just like he loves them all. Like he love. By the way, he's black. I just want to put that up.
Okay.
Just like I don't want any type of confusion.
So confused.
But like, yeah, I was actually talking to him before I got here because I was in the bed because I just got home from the gym. Then I had to clean out my dog's crate. And then I had to go take a shower. I haven't had a chance to, really sit down and relax yet. Mm-hmm. So we were talking before, I hopped on. And, yeah, he's really nice. He's a keeper, hopefully.
Okay. All right. Come on, keeper.
What kind of dog do you have? I meant to ask you that last time because when I watch your videos, sometimes I'll hear you saying, "Get out of here," or whatever.
I have a miniature golden doodle. Like they get around like maybe 25, 30 pounds. So
Okay.
it's not like miniature isn't like hand, the
Yeah.
size of your hand. It's about like it's a pretty like sizable dog, just not like full standard. So it's not gonna be like 70 or 80 pounds, but he's in between 25 to 30.
Okay. All right
I want a dog.
And
but
like
I'm
and
always outside.
and like dating like involves like courting, romance, no sex or anything else like that, of course.
now. Okay.
And like, but kissing, like intimacy, all of that type of stuff, really just spinning bags, like gifting towards one another. He bought me a Cuban link.
What?
Oh,
Yeah, he
Oh.
did.
Oh. So he got money. Okay.
gifts.
He does. I told you
Okay.
he runs the IT.
Yeah.
He runs the IT department for VDOT.
Yeah. And you a financial analyst, and he is in doing IT. Y'all both rolling in dough.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is, when he gifted me this the the Cuban link, he had just came back from a cruise. Unfortunately, I couldn't go on it because I didn't have enough PTO because I had surgery in March, so
Oh,
I had to use a lot of my PTO so I could heal. I was like I thought that I would be able to just bounce back that week, but the body said nah. So I burned through maybe 25 to 30 hours of PTO.
Wow.
Then he wanted me to go on this cruise with him, but I didn't have enough time saved. I only had then I got a Beyonce concert like that's in July.
Excuse
Where
me.
you going to see? Where you seeing her at?
Huh?
Where you seeing her at? What city?
In New Jersey. And oh my god, I bought this stay at this really nice hotel. It's called the
It's called that on here. We don't need nobody stalking you because we
They don't stalk me. Don't like it's like I ain't look, pop up if you want to. You can't even get past the guard.
Come on, guard.
I'm just kidding. But it's a subdivision of Wyndham. Like it's called Trip.
Okay.
New York was my favorite place in the United States to travel. I would go to New York over and over and over and over again. Mm-hmm. Over and over again. I love it there.
Shut up, Scotty.
Stopping. That's what she likes.
What's up, Scotty?
Is that Scotty in the building? Okay. Look what he say. His man, huh?
What upcoming panel do we have? We don't need is there another panel that we about to start doing?
Jeremy on my man.
I'm really not on my man.
My man.
And my beard has come back. It's found its way back to me.
Yes.
Because I burnt it off, honestly.
We love a good beard now, child.
Period.
Yep. Love a good beard.
Oh, when we went to Top Golf, this lady had the waitress had told him, she was like, he is so handsome, and she was like, you better treat him right or whatever the case may be. I was like, you better tell this nigga, because tell him I how bad I am.
Okay,
but
it's
anyway,
still giving my man though. Scotty, what you think? It's still very much giving my man.
Listen, you better get the advocates out in public that don't even know you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, y'all, what about you, Sean? What you got to going on? I'm gonna try to pull up that picture, y'all. Hopefully, I don't leave us out of here. But
nothing on mommy duties. Had to go take my baby to the dentist, my youngest one. Nothing.
Never end.
So she took herself out.
Yeah, she's been dropping behind the scenes in front of the camera.
There she go.
This is why I need to just stop playing around. I don't know. You're definitely bad, honey. Yes, you better tell him, Scotty. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. So let's get into the foolishness of the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Let me start this off by telling y'all this, and I'll go out and try to get the little thing we talked about in a minute while y'all talking. But Marlo, unbelievable. Unbelievable. I know we're gonna get into it like we get into it, but child, it is given tired, delayed, cray. Go away from us with this, Marlo.
Somebody got to be putting her up to this. I'm convinced that somebody's behind the scene is putting Marlo, because you're going too hard for nothing.
Absolutely. 100,000%. It's
somebody behind the scene working.
Yeah. The producers are doing some major capping way of Marlo.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm sick of it. But y'all, so the producers actually were on Candy's side in the beginning. It's given Candy gave them a call and said, "Let me tell you something.
Fix it.
Like, don't you play this week, okay?" Play. Even though they tried to play with her again by replaying that Marlo's so sweet. She really is again at the end of the video. But child, they put so starts they unseen footage from August 13th, 2020, where they showed Marlo at Candy's house and how Candy was getting ready to send Riley off. They were there packing. And Candy starts it off by saying, you know, how Marlo is so kind and sweet and thoughtful. Okay. And then Marlo, they're all sitting down in front of the couch. Marlo begins to tell her about how her nephew was offed by his roommate, okay, or by someone. And you know, Candy even cried with her and talked about her brother, okay, and how she knows how Marlo feels because, you know, she has nieces and nephews and cousins that she looks at like they're her children. So she can't even imagine something like that happen to them. So, one thing that I noticed throughout that whole clip, Marlo never told her that homeboy worked at OLG. So if it was that important to you, you were so distraught about Candy not sending your little bouquet of tulips, you should have went on and said something to her at that time. I don't think that she properly gave Candy the room, if you will, to be sympathetic with her over someone that worked at her restaurant. What y'all think about that whole scene?
Well, I'm gonna say this. With Marlo, I think, like I said a few moments ago, somebody is definitely pushing her up to do this. Marlo, to me, don't even seem like she even care about her nephew passing. Like, it wasn't even that big of a deal to her. I feel like if her family wasn't pushing the issue and the producers allegedly, I don't think we'll hear a peep out of it. I don't think she would care.
No.
And I know that sounds bad, right? Saying she won't care because that's her family, but I don't think she'll be pushing the issue this hard.
I agree. What do you think, Jeremy? Oh, I'm like, we can't get a mid puff. Don't talk now.
Well, what I think is that Marlo, I'm trying to figure out the best way to say this. I'm trying to articulate my thoughts. I feel that Marlo, she never thought she was gonna get, you know, ever become a housewife. You know, she always was like a friend of, you know, second best, you know, runner up, you know, not that girl, but the other girl, you know, and she finally, you know, has this platform, and she's going to try to do whatever she can to, you know, to keep her stay on, you know, on the platform. And, you know, and because of her intense jealousy towards Candy and towards Kenya, who she feels are above her, but she wants to take them down to her level, you know, because Marlo knows that she's a felon. Marlo knows she's the queen of misdemeanors and, you know, petty theft and, you know, slicing and dicing people, you know, allegedly. You know, so in the same breath, in the same breath that she's, you know, that she is looking up to these girls, she also envies them and she wants to do anything in her power to try to get them down to her level. And the thing that she's using in this case, which really doesn't make any sense to me, is the shooting. Can we say that?
I don't know, but you know what? Forget it. I don't.
We'll say it in there. So
She's using the shooting, and the way that she's using it doesn't really connect because it's not true. She's lying. So she's going to try to take advantage of her nephew's death as they try to make Candy look bad. But what she did not anticipate, well, I don't know if she anticipated or not. Maybe she didn't think that far ahead. Was that production, would show footage, that wasn't aired. Maybe she thought it was scrapped. Maybe she thought they didn't have it. Maybe she thought they wouldn't go back or whatever the case may be. But it's really making her look bad, and she's really pathetic. She's really disgusting. And I know her nephew is somersaulting in his grave for the fact that an auntie who probably didn't even do shit for him when he was alive is out here talking about him like she really fucking cared. Because at the end of the day, after all of this was said and done, 3 days after you came into Candy's place crying, you were asking her about a Cameo app so you can get to the bag.
Right.
Yep.
Don't nobody have to send your family flowers. Don't nobody have to, and let's talk about the fact that he was not working for Candy for 2 months at the time that he had got, unalived. So he wasn't even in connection with the job anyway. And the same stuff that you're asking for Candy, you and Candy were never even close friends like that. I'm surprised that she even let you in her home. I would not, because I'm afraid you'll take something with you. So at the end of the day, you're trying to say all of these things that she should have done for you. Well, how about your other friends do that? Or how about you just do it for your family and not try to get people to cater and give you free stuff, to make you quote unquote feel better so your family could take advantage of them. And that's exactly why Marlo nor her family have any type of moral value or compass, because they're all low, dirty scum bucket of people. The mother telling her daughter that she ugly, useless, and worthless growing up, got her all insecure, with tacky fashions, in bad wigs, up here lying on people about the death of her own family members. It's real disgusting, and I really hope her family never comes back, and I really hope that this is Marlo's last season.
I hope it's her last season too. And Marlo had a little slip up when she was talking to her. Well, we're probably skipping now. When she was talking to her friends and manager, whoever they are, that's flogging, like they really work for her. When she was like, she felt the way when her family was asking about Candy, and she was like, "Well, I take care of y'all." It made me feel the way that y'all want to ask something about her. They're looking for a payday, ma'am. They looking at the highest bidder, and she is the highest bidder over you. Candy have more money than you.
Yeah, but here's the thing: the nerve of you to think that Candy is as her family members. The nerve of them to think that Candy would even actually give them any money. Like, what would prompt Candy to give them any money? Like, what? These people are absolutely delusional. It's giving family of con artists. That's what it's giving. Because if you look back at that scene where Marlo, I think it was her cousin in a scene with her and her sister, or maybe I'm thinking there was a scene with somebody where they were supposed to be crying, and I'm like, y'all let's talk about this. No, it was her sister when she was in there with Courtney.
Yeah.
I was laughing in the beginning, but then she started to fake cry.
Yeah.
Like this prompted behavior is just, it's absurd at this point. It's acting it's giving Tyler Perry.
And I feel like Marlo trying to be the queen bee. I feel like that's her next agenda, is to be queen bee. And what I can't stand is for people to try to take something and then want to use it to weaponize the situation. You're using this as a way to make Candy look bad. Candy got the people on her side. More importantly, baby, she got Bravo. Yeah. And that's forget Shamil, forget Mayetta, Kenya. Those people don't even matter. Baby, she got Bravo and Andy in her pocket. So Candy ain't going nowhere until she ready to exit stage left. So I feel like she's beating a dead horse at this point, and she doing team too much, let it go. Do
Yeah.
y'all hear echo, or is it just me?
I did for a short bit, but then it's gone. Now it's gone.
Okay.
Yeah. I just can probably just skip on past the scene Ty and Justin because I ain't never seen what is Justin exactly managing?
Who?
That's what I want.
Who's
The,
Justin?
the scene with her manager Justin, where they were at the table and his friend, with seemed like friend with benefits, Ty. They sitting at the table, passing and soaking up Marlo's wounds over nothing. So
I don't like friends that, you know, just agree with anything that you say just because they're your friends.
that
Like,
part.
don't be just agreeing with me. That's why, you know, I really enjoy Scotty, you know, Chef Don Don, you know, in my friends and, you know, real life too. Like, we agree to disagree. You know, they are not afraid to check me when necessary. I don't believe for 1 second that Marlo is sleeping with that man because I believe in my heart of hearts, Marlo is a lesbian.
That's funny.
Can you imagine Marlo with a man?
Only a man that's paying her for it. That's about it.
I'm saying exactly, but outside of that, like just a guy, like Marlo just saying, "Here's my boyfriend, here's my man," and like Marlo to me gives me a lesbian energy. I've been saying that for a very long time. I believe she has crushes on Candy and Kenya.
You know what? Marlo has. I can see what you're saying too, but she also has this excessive need to be accepted. Like, go back to when her and Nene kind of fell out, and that was when her and Kenya formed this bond together. Like, she enjoyed that friendship because they ended up really getting along. But then she totally sabotaged that by talking about Kenya's mother. It's like Marlo is very bipolar to me. She thinks that she's Nene. So Nene has that very bipolar nature where she feels like she can run around with her on her hoofs and, you know, yell and scream on everybody like Goliath. And then she's supposed to hug them later on and be like, girl, I was just mad. You over it, right? I don't like that. And Marlo is that person. She's the type of person where she thinks that she can do and say whatever she wants. And then she gonna join in a prayer like she did in daggone Birmingham. And we gonna kumbaya and everything is good.
But see, that's mistake number one. You trying to come in and be Nene. You not Nene.
You're not.
And I think that's been her biggest problem since she stepped on the scene as being the peach holder. You are not Nene. So ain't no point of trying to come in, be like her, rule how she will possibly rule, and then think it'll be received that way. Unfortunately, even when it comes down to Nene, and I know, you know, Shannon show, I'll say this part, at least she had the ability, in my opinion, to still be fun when it was time to be fun, shady when it was time to be shady, and dog you when it was time to dog you. To me, Marlo, since the time she opened up her doggone mouth, she being low and gutter every time. And you're trying to bring something that don't even make sense.
Can you guys hear me well? Is this better?
I can hear you.
I can hear you too.
I wanted to see if it was doing it, but I can hear you.
Okay, I'm trying. Like I said, y'all, this is a new microphone. I'm trying to get the settings right. Like my microphone broke down literally on Scotty's live that I was on the panel of swords, so I had to buy a new one the next day. So I'm still getting used to this.
Oh Lord! Remember when they were in Japan and Marlo asked a total stranger they thought she was the most beautiful thing they ever seen? Child, the need for validation is just absolutely crazy. That's crazy.
And the fact that she looked like James Amos is really crazy, though.
First of all, let me say this. I am one of those inappropriate laughers. When Jeremy said he was somersaulting in his grave, I was literally thinking about somebody somersaulting in there. And I said, don't laugh, Shay. That is not, you can't do it. But that was damn funny. I got to give you that.
Yeah.
But we done already talked about the scene with, like, we ain't even really need to have that scene. I think we could have just went on and moved on about the vessel. So in the next scene, we have Sanya at home with her family. Okay. She is yet again going back and forth with her sister. It was a little lighthearted thing in the beginning where they were talking about some patties or whatever. And then they begin to have a conversation where Sanya says that she starts to talk about where she's going to be on belt.com. She's going to have some of her Mommy Nation products on there. I've never heard of belt.com, but I guess I got to look that up. So her family members quitting on her. She's like, man, we got all this work now, but I don't know. We got family members quitting on us and stuff. I think, well, we'll go into what I think in a minute. Sanya apologized slightly, if saying, you know, as if she was offended about how she communicated what Ross said. She's like, I don't think I really gave you the information in the right way, but you know, I enjoy you guys being here. I want you to be here. But you know, Ross really wants us to explore just being our family unit. So the mother in her confessional is like, you know, I leave sometimes and come back, but I'm at a point where I'm okay with leaving. But the sister just goes ham, like, so what are you guys going to do now that we're not here? And I am leaving. But you can't just pick up and take your go and take your trips and just leave your kid whenever you want to when we're not here. So here's my Shazi, whatever she called her. She has way too many opinions for me. And my thing is, if you have all this money, and obviously this is a good situation for you because you wouldn't be angry that she's telling you to get the stepping. But you're living here rent free in this lady's house. You don't show up when she asks you to come and do her hair. Your husband was supposed to be her assistant, but wasn't assisting her to do anything. Okay, the nerve of you. And it bothers me when family members like that, I can only imagine when you are financially, you know, at a higher tier or a higher level where your family members that you don't even know come out of the woodwork and they just expect all of these things from you. I feel like Sanya is a chronic people pleaser where she gravitates to negativity. And I think that her sister is the root of that negativity, where she always is trying to please her sister. And in her mind, she makes it okay because her sister is helping her. Kind of mirrors over to how she reacts to Marlo. It's like she gravitates to turmoil. And I'm just like, at the end of all of this, let them move on out. And if they do move out, you don't want to have a baby anyway. So Ross is going to see how much she can't be going off and doing these jobs and doing this and doing that. He ain't going to be able to be down Texas as much because he's going to see that if they have a baby, it's going to be all on Sanya again. And that was exactly why she didn't want to have a kid in the first place. But what do y'all think about that?
You want to go, Jeremy, or you want me to go?
Okay, sure. I don't like saying his sister. She be complaining regardless if she's there or not. She's the same lady that called her sister a dingbat. I just want to know, like, do you want to leave or not? Or is it the fact that you want to leave, but you don't have the resources to leave because you married to a Dusty who probably cheats on you all day or who was cheating on you in the last show that y'all was on? You know, and he don't have a job because he quit the assistant position. Guarantee you ain't probably got no job now. So what is he gonna do? And I know you don't want to like support, you know, the household yourself because we truthfully don't even know how great of a hairstylist that you are because every single time we see Sanya, she rocking, you know, beauty store assistant principal ponytails. So, you know, at the end of the day, like, it's a level of hate and entitlement that she has towards her sister, and I really dislike that. At the end of the day, you're not, you know, she could find somebody else to watch her child. And to try to bring her child into it as a way to, you know, to try to guilt her into, like, you know, indirectly keeping you there when you said you don't want to be there. And then why are you mad at her for not fighting for you anyway if you already said you want to be leaving at, like, regardless? Like, what do you want? you want to say that you leaving, but you want her to beg you to stay. So then you can say, well, she wanted me to stay and I'm going to do this. So you have a right to so you have a reason to stay. And then you can complain and be self-righteous and indignant about it all day long. Like, you and your nothing ass husband need to get out of that lady house. As soon as she called me a dingbat, she would have been right at Salvation Army.
First of all, I am cackling inside at assistant principal wig.
Look, I feel like it's more to what they telling us too. That's what I think it's more to the story than what they trying to tell us. Because to me, this can't just be this cut and dry. We had a plan, now the plan comes to fruition, and now y'all don't want to follow it. To me, it's some other stuff going on that they ain't letting the cat about the bag about. Mm-hmm. And I do think that it is a little truth to what little sister saying. Celia is gonna feel this hurt when they leave.
She is.
She's gonna feel that hurt.
She got money though, so she can just like it may take her some time, but she'll find somebody to watch her child. Like you said, they got professional people to do it. And if you feeling a little bit awkward about it, have cameras in your house to where you can see every angle to where the nanny at. Tell the nanny she's only allowed in certain areas. Whatever the case may be. Like, it's not necessary. It's like taking advantage of a situation. But at the end of the day, Sonya is paying them for this, for whatever it is, and offer them a place to stay. The fact that they haven't built enough money to at least get their place on their own is quite strange to me. What have y'all been doing?
Right.
You don't like living there anyway. Mm-hmm. You were saying in the beginning, and Sonya said in the first episode when she called you when you called her a dingbat, that you've been wanting to leave anyway. So leave, get out of here.
She can't. And that is the sad part. You doing all this talking and can't leave. You might as well be doing her hair and then putting the money to the side so y'all can go get an apartment. At least show up to the job, girl, and get the money.
Exactly. I think Sherry gives me spoiled brat. That's what she gives.
Her name was Shanti.
Shanti? Yeah. I don't know what the hell her name is because it come up on the screen Shari. Then she calls her Shanti or Shazzy. Sometimes I guess that's just how it sounds in her accent. Mm-hmm. Her accent seemed to get real strong around her sister and her mama. But you barely hear it around nobody else. But
yeah, she know how to turn it off and on.
Yeah. Whatever her damn sister's ragged ass name is, she's annoying. She's very annoying, and I get it. I would rather, like, if my mother lived here or whatever, and I have to travel a lot for my job, it makes me feel secured. My husband works from home, so I'm lucky. But if he did it and my mom lived here, of course I would feel great that I have somebody that I trust watching my child. However, my mother not about to be in here running my life or running my marriage. Or
is that what the mama doing?
What'd you say?
Is that what her mama doing?
No, I'm saying her sister is like control her behind the scene. Like, she's like, I'm not doing this, I'm not doing that, and I'm the one that's doing this for you. Like, really holding stuff over her head because she helped her out. But it's like the bigger thing is, if y'all wanted to go find somewhere to live, your husband got a whole real estate license, right? Why he ain't found y'all a house yet?
Because he don't have no properties to sell.
Right.
You can have a real estate license, but that don't mean you're exercising it, nor that you're a real estate broker, or that you have properties to sell. Like, I can go get a real estate license, within a good 6 to 4 months, but that don't make me a real estate agent.
Right.
Whatever the case may be. And who says that he's licensed to do that in, Atlanta? Don't you have to take new tests when you go to a new state? Because each state has different, I believe, housing laws and regulations. So who knows? At the end of the day, though.
But don't you want to be able to be free in your own house? Like, I guess it's cool for a little while, but after a while, look, I want to walk around in my drawers. I don't want to have to feel like I have to tiptoe around everybody in the house. Me and my husband can be able to do what we want. You see what I'm saying? Like, both of y'all, all three of them married, from the mama to the sister to the sister. All of y'all married and have a significant other. And it should, at one point, you should be tired of being cramped up in this house. I don't care how big her house is. It's still cramped up when you got 10, 11, 12 people in there.
Is it crammed though? Because Ross ain't there. We're not talking about the fact that Ross is never home. What is he doing in Houston?
Well,
like I guarantee you, it's somebody else except Sonya.
That's gonna be next season storyline.
Like that man is a little bit like you're barely ever home. She says that you missed 4 of her ovulation cycles, even though that you were demanding that she give you a child. What did you want her to have a child for if you wasn't even going to be there to raise it?
And that
and ended up like in like a limousine business in Houston. I don't believe that you need to be going for like months at a time.
Right.
You can get all of it. You can like if you really had it like that, you'll be able to hire somebody to make sure the business will get taken care of, and you can give them the stuff, give them the instructions via whatchamacallit. Let's Zoom or whatever the case may be.
Yep.
Like so it makes me wonder what does Ross and her have going on anyway? Like it's obvious to me that he may or may not be cheating. Him and Sonya don't really even have physical chemistry. They don't really even seem like they like each other. So I don't know what's going on, but that's what we really need to get into while Sonya is trying to create beef with Drew. We really need to get into her marriage and why her husband ain't at home. And you just spent $100,000 for his birthday party. You ain't seen him in like 4 ovulation cycles. And I don't know how many days that chop up to women days. But some tell me is that like a month or 2?
Child.
How many ovulation cycles y'all get a month?
1.
So 4 months.
Yep. You get 1 a month. You have a window like so many days, depending on how her cycle flow. However many days, that's how many days.
If the man is tired of the crowded house, the same way he stood up on Kenya when Kenya was like just basically having a regular conversation with his wife in Jamaica, he needs to stand up and tell these people to get up out of his house instead of leaving his wife to do his dirty work when he wants them to leave. Be an actual fucking man. And be the man of your home and stop trying to make Sonya do it. How about you also be there and be present to raise your badass son?
Ooh, baby is bad. I got to say that. I agree.
I don't like Ross.
Woo, he need a butt whooping.
Yeah.
The other girls like him because the other people like him who watch this show because they're attracted to him. But honestly, I don't even see what's all that attractive anyway. And I don't really
that attractive. I don't think he's a bad looking guy. I'll say that, but
he ain't at the top of my maybe list.
Yeah.
But only thing that I will say I do differ is I do think that they have some chemistry, but I think that there is definitely something going on down. He doing more than driving. He might be getting a little bit, but
somebody riding him.
Yeah.
He the limousine.
Yep. Yep.
So y'all, in the next scene we have, and this wasn't really a whole lot, Akilah and Kenya. I think Akilah need to be on the show, by the way. We need to get rid of Courtney and Marlo and go introduce Miss Akilah, because she got the lifestyle that everybody's supposed to have to be on this show. And anyway, let's take it back to what it's supposed to be, but I digress.
I need Akilah to get the right shade of makeup the next time, because she was looking real yellow in that scene. I need her to get her makeup together. The cameras pick up on everything. In your bathroom mirrors, you got to fix it up a little bit.
Now I'm gonna have to go back and look and see, because I didn't know this right away. So I'm glad.
Real yellow.
So they're at Kenya Moore's hair salon. It's not built out, so she's gonna have it built out. And she begins to show how she wants everything to look, and it's gonna feature her hair care products. Now, they also talk about Roy and how he travels a lot, and she's trying to learn how to date again. And I'm like, Kenya, you ain't got to learn how to date again, because sis, you've definitely been dating, I'm pretty sure, throughout this whole situation. Or maybe she seems really mindful of who's around her daughter. So maybe she's dating, but of course not bringing anybody home at this time. So she really likes Roy. He travels a lot. But she don't know where to find the middle ground with him. So then she begins to tell Akilah about No, Akila says, well, I'll be your Zen friend to help you get through this. You can do this. So then she says, well, I'm glad that you're gonna be Zen because my other friends are not so Zen. And she says talks about how Marlo was kicking her door, how Marlo is always acting like a victim. And she tells her how Marlo slashed a girl's face and went to jail. And Akila is looking appalled, like, well, girl, who the hell, what? Who you got me about to be hanging around when I'm around you and your little friends? Like, this ain't the vibe for me, sis.
But the fact that she calling them a friend, like, y'all know, doggone well, y'all ain't friends. You could have been like, the girl that we hang with. Like, friend is a strong word, but I digress.
Absolutely strong, especially somebody that you loathe. Like, you can't stand her. So there's no way I would be calling her my friend whatsoever. So, what y'all got to say about that scene?
I don't think it was needed. I'm gonna be honest. It gave Phil a scene. I don't think it was needed. Shout out to Kenya for getting opening up her business, but it gave Phil her. She's not in the group like that for you to fill her in.
Mm-hmm.
To me, I think that scene should have been, you know how they'll show a little snippet of them and then they'll go to, like, they'll show each housewife in like a real quick little snippet. It should have been that of her walking through and then she move on. Like the little snippet they showed with her talking to the contractor. Mm-hmm. That should have been her and Akila. Like something real quick, cute, we move on. It wasn't necessary.
Yeah, we didn't need
That's just me though.
No, I totally agree. So moving on. Okay. So Sheree is at her house and she's talking to her daughter, Kaylee. Kaylee has really grown up.
Yes, she's so pretty.
Yes.
She's gorgeous.
Yes. The last time I saw her, she was on that air mattress, when Sheree had got kicked out of their old home and they got foreclosed.
Not on the air mattress.
Yeah, I remember the special. She was on the air mattress, with the 3-month-old box braids.
While Sheree was driving around. What was she driving around in? She had
it was a luxury car.
It was a car she couldn't afford.
It was a luxury car she was riding around with. And her kids on air mattress.
Child, I don't know how Sheree's still in the chateau, child, but hey, that's another.
Mama Thelma.
Yeah, Chateau Thelma.
Yeah, Mama Thelma.
So she begins to talk about ornament that they're going to make because Cairo and his baby mama, Alina, and their little baby Mecca are coming over. So she's going to use a little Mecca handprint to make an ornament with her print on it. So they come in the house and Mecca, Alina is basically bragging about how Cairo is really there for their daughter. He gets up faster than her. Like, he's just so hands-on with her. And Sheree is just really gushing about this. She's like, I didn't have that. Like, basically his father wasn't like that with them and he wasn't very helpful to her with the children. So it's really, really makes her emotional to see him doing that. And she's proud of him. I want to see more moments like this with
I don't.
Sheree. Real
he shut it down real quick. Nah, that's all right.
Yeah, but I want to see more of her personal life. You know what I mean? Like, why are we just now finding out that you have a grandbaby?
It's not her personal life, though. Her son having an illegitimate child, outside of marriage doesn't really bring. We still don't know anything about Sheree. We know her son got a child, but where did Sheree grow up? What's her family dynamics? Does she get along with her mama? What about what's her relationship with her daddy? What was it like growing up? Where did she go get her education? Does she have an education? How does she get along, with her cousins? What do her cousins look like? What do her relatives look like? We don't know any of this stuff. And I'm sorry, I don't want a whole scene with us thanking and, praising Cairo for doing, something that he's supposed to do. You got this hoe pregnant. I mean, well, she ain't a hoe, but you got her pregnant. So at the end of the day, of course you're gonna have to take care of your child. Thank God you wasn't a deadbeat. But that's not something we should be praising. It should be a requirement. It's 50% your child.
But my question is, where Martell? He done came and went.
Well, according to Carlos, the Queen, he says that, because you can only have him for 2 episodes on Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Oh, that was the deal they worked out? Because I'm sure if he wanted to be over there more, he would have. If Bravo would have allowed it. But my thing is, I rather would have been more about maybe her love life. I ain't mad at them showing the grandbaby because I get it. She a little cute little thing. So I ain't mad at it, but it's still another scene I ain't have to have either. It gave filler again. It gave very much filler.
Like, what does Marlo do to get money? Like, not Marlo, but what does Sheree do to get money? Before Chateau Sheree, how was she paying her bills? Like, what was she doing? Like, it's so much we don't know about her, and I don't give a damn about Cairo or him impregnating some chick in Atlanta. I don't care about that. Nor do I care about him changing his child's pamper like he's supposed to be doing.
Child. I'm glad that Sheree has something to be proud about, because she clearly doesn't have anything else to tell us that she's doing. But I think those are good questions. I always wondered, like, between Sheree and Marlo, what do y'all do to get money? Like, we know that Lorraine is over there. She's selling, used clothes that everybody done did who knows what in. But Sheree, what are you doing? I saw her at one point. She was like doing personal training or whatever. And I remember I visited her website a couple years ago. But much like Shein.com, Sheen by Sheree, the website was not cohesive. Like, I didn't even know if I wanted to book some services with her, how I could do so. So it's like Sheree has a banging body. I would have thought that she would be like an ambassador for Nike, or like she would be doing some things in the fitness world. Hell, she might have needed to be the one doing the booty video other than Phaedra and Kenya.
But like, Sheree's body is bald. I don't think for 1 minute that their body is natural. We talked about this last time. I don't think Sheree's body is natural at all.
Sean, I gotta apologize to you.
You saw that movie?
I think it's natural, but like Sheree, Kenya works out a lot too. Like Kenya exercises a lot. That's what she had let us know, like in the beginning of the season, that she works out a lot. She really takes care of her personal image in her body. That's how she was able to lose all that baby weight. Because now sis is snatched. She didn't get lipo. She went to go work out.
I believe that, but I believe, because me and Sean had a conversation, and I drove her down. That was Sheree's butt, but I forgot to take the screenshot of her butt in this last episode.
Yep,
it was pointy.
Yep,
like that is not a real ass.
I think it's one of them muscle butts.
I don't even think it's muscle booty. I think that she'll have some stuff moved over to go to the booty. I think she had a proportion well. Don't get me wrong, and I give Sheree her props. I think Sheree look good.
She does, but that booty ain't looking good. Like in some clothes, it look okay, but it's a little pointy in them workout.
That's how I feel about Kenya booty. Sometimes it's okay, and then some angles be like, "Ooh, I don't think you pulled your padding down enough. It ain't right, friend."
That's a botched booty right there. Yeah. But okay, y'all. So moving on from there or whatever, Drew pulls up to daughter. Anaya is sick. She has 102 temperature. The boys are outside playing basketball with Ralph, and Drew jokes with Ralph about them competing, where she got a surgery, then he have a surgery. She gets sick, he gets sick. But did y'all notice? And I can't speak on it, so I know what it is now. But she said, "Yeah, you had an eye surgery, and then you had surgery on your throat, and pointed to his Peter Weeder." I said, what did he have done to that? So Candy said she called Drew on speak on it, and Drew revealed that he did have a vasectomy. But then she alluded to him doing something else to it. And Candy was like, "Well, what else did he do?" And Drew was like, "I'm not talking about that or whatever. I'm already in enough or whatever." Which, by the way, I don't know if they really getting a divorce. I think that is just a whole play.
She needs to keep her peach.
Yeah, definitely. Because
she's been sick this whole season. We
Yeah,
didn't hear about nobody having another fever. Let's talk about something else.
If I see her come out of another patient first, walking around on, I'm sick of it. I cannot.
Yep.
Just call out this season because you are sick.
Mm-hmm.
You have throat. Go lay down somewhere. But so then they begin to talk, and Drew tells her about Marlo being mad at her for not using the word shooting. And then instead saying incident. So she goes in I'm from Chicago. We don't use that word. Girl. Drew.
I don't know. Now I don't know anything about Chicago, so I can't confirm or deny if what she's saying is the truth. But at the end of the day, it does sound like some BS.
It's definitely some BS.
It is BS.
Y'all watch Ashley. Dag, I just say Ashley. But
Ashley Miller.
Yep. Huh?
Ashley Miller.
Ashley Miller, yes. She said, I live in Chicago and that is some BS. So I never heard that a day in my life. But that's her story and she's sticking to it because she done said it several times in this episode. So then she begins to tell tell Ralph about Marlo, how she's given her a million chances and how she's mad that Candy didn't bring flowers to the nephew's funeral, just basically recapping him about the whole situation and how if Marlo don't leave her alone, the Chicago about to come up out of her. Drew, I don't think you can bust a grape, baby. I think you need to stop threatening people. I think you need to stop threatening people with the potential ass whoopings that you would like to give them because I don't know if you can actually deliver on them. I don't know. What do y'all think about this scene? I think it was also filler and a waste of our time.
I was about to say it was another filler scene. Did not need it. I just sound like that. I ain't got no more. It was definitely filler.
Child.
Yeah. I agree.
I agree.
I agree.
So Kenya, again, another filler scene, meets with the architect. It's gonna be $300,000 to $400,000 to do this build out. Sheree eats lunch with her friend Michelle, talking about her jumping Martell's bones, which I don't bit more think she done seen that man's peen than the man in the moon. Marlo is talking to the boys about her joy and excitement with them being there, and they're just giving each other these fake accolades, following this fake work from this fake life coach that did a 30-day certification online. Marlo needs to go to an actual board certified therapist, a psychiatrist.
She need to lay on somebody's couch. She need to sleep there. Don't leave. You stay there.
Yeah, I need somebody that can write her a prescription because I think that's going to be better suited for her.
Mm-hmm.
So finally, we get to an actual full scene where Candy is talking to Todd, and he's going through the pitch deck for the movie that he's doing. And Candy tells Todd about Courtney inviting them to this event, how she ain't really checking for going, but she got to make sure she wears something that she can get paint on. So Todd hands her a gray sweatsuit, and I thought it was real funny that she came dressed in all black like the Omen to the event. She was like, this gray thing right here, nope, I'm gonna go ahead and trash that. I'm gonna wear this all black outfit because I'm gonna go ahead and be the ass. That's what I'm gonna do. But moving on, the kids are at Brooklyn's birthday party. Candy says she had something to do, but child, Candy was in her night clothes.
Candy would sleep. Candy was tired.
Candy was tired. She said, this is a free babysitter. You know, I got something to do, but I'm gonna send my children. That's what my kids. So they're talking. And then Kenya calls and she's talking to Candy and basically tells Candy about Marlo talking to Drew and tells her the whole situation with the nephew. And Candy is like, Marlo been kikiing with me for the last 2 years, ain't never said nothing about how she been feeling about this whole situation. Now all of a sudden you dog me in my business, and she just got pissed off. She was done and over with it. So Todd says just go there and address it and dead it. What y'all got to say about that?
It did. Okay, shout out to Candy. I think it was another filler episode. I don't think it was needed. For me personally, it gave another filler episode Because only thing they're doing is building up for the big blowout between Candy and Marlo. Absolutely. They're trying to set it up for they to, for us to get to the very end. Yeah. Oh, but I do have one question. It's Ty's job to lay out his wife's clothes and she figure out which one she likes best.
Where did sweatsuit come from? You got random sweatsuit laying on the couch.
And for her to have the clothes, she came in with the clothes, and y'all see Ty grabbing the clothes and folding the clothes up like he went straight into his full-time job. He went straight. He grabbed it.
Like, let's not do that. That like wives and husbands should be able to do that for one another.
I'm not mad. I said, wait a minute, and don't make it seem like Candy ain't. Did she say in this scene, Ty needs a win? Did she not say that?
Mm-hmm.
She did.
No, he said he needs a tie win, i.e., just his own, not them together. That's what he wants. Not you roasting him.
Oh my God!
But he went straight. He didn't even realize it just popped in just like that. I ain't mad at it. Come on, Ty.
But I was like, where did the sweatsuit come from? And you didn't know. She just told you what she had to wear, and you just said, "I got you. This gray sweatsuit right here. I got this sitting right here for you, fresh and flayed out. Go ahead. I got your outfit ready."
Mm-hmm.
But y'all, moving on. Everybody comes to the final event at this Beat the Bomb thing, which I do want to go to Beat the Bomb in DC.
It do look pretty cool though.
So the ladies all meet up. Courtney is overtly excited. She is so annoying. Hey, cousin. And I'm like, girl, take a Xanax, because it's too much. It's too. You're too overly excited. It's overdone. And I'm done.
She's trying real hard.
She's doing it too much. So everybody ends up coming in. Marlo leaves out, goes to the bathroom, and Drew is just like not impressed with Marlo being there. So everybody comes in. Candy comes in like a dark cloud. She like, listen, I ain't here to play with you bitches. I'm already pissed off. I got this curly bush wig on. I ain't got time to be playing. So she comes in. Marlo says, well, I just know I'm going to have a positive night or something like that. And Candy's like, I ain't here for the bullshit. Marlo, because I'm not even going to have a good night. So this what you were saying about me? Because I ain't got time. So Marlo says, okay, come on, Candy. Drew, over. Oh, why are you bringing Drew off to the side? Why did Drew even need to be a part of this?
Because she ain't been in those scenes. That's the only thing I can think of. She ain't been there. So they needed her to come apart because she served no purpose, especially for Marlo to shut her down and tell her to stop talking.
Exactly. And then tell her to go sit ass back at the table. I'm like, Lord.
Go sit at the kids' table, Drew.
Right. So Marlo, Candy comes over and she's like, addressing the whole situation. She asked Marlo about what Kenya told her, because she's like, Kenya's telling me that you said something about your nephew getting pow-powed at my restaurant and all this and that didn't happen. Marlo was like, I didn't say that. I said that we were, remember when we were at your house packing for Riley to go to school, and I said that you seemed like you didn't want to deal with it. Like I told you, but you didn't seem like you wanted to deal with it. And I'm like, how you going to tell this lady what she wanted to deal with? But y'all actually talked about it. And then she started to yell over Candy because Candy was going to tell the truth. I feel like Candy was going to discuss that scene that wasn't aired. And Marlo didn't want that out. So she began to get louder and louder and antagonize Candy. So then poor Monietta. Listen, I like Monietta.
But out for real.
I'm not seeing the point sometimes. I think she's too nice. She's absolutely too nice. Does she have the makeup of what we would potentially want to see in a housewife? She has the connection. She has the friends. She has the notoriety and the money. But I just not seeing it for her in this group. She's not.
Like, out of all of the women off of the show that she used to be on, I was surprised when I found out that she was coming onto the show. I was like, not Tamika Raymond or Tori Hart.
Right. Right.
Tori Hart
would gather the girls. Absolutely.
I would definitely pick more people over Mayetta.
Yeah, for sure.
I say bring Tori Hart and Tamika Raymond on the show.
Mm-hmm.
Bring Team Tori Hart and Tamika Raymond, especially because they hate each other.
Period. Okay.
Tamika Raymond is a demon. I wanted to see her on the show, and I want to see Tori Hart on the show because she's a demon too.
I don't know if you saw Jeremy, but somebody said they really like your background. It's really nice.
What background?
She said your background.
Your background.
Yeah, yours.
Oh, you mean thank you.
So they continue to go back and forth. Monyetta can't handle it. Her nerves is too bad. And then
no, her nerves ain't bad. She got dismissed.
Yeah.
Candy dismissed her.
Yeah, and Kenya comes over and she got to pull Candy back, and Candy says, if she pop off, you better not hold me back. You better not hold me back. And then Marlo yells out, oh, look at you over there crying. Oh, you be crying.
She was definitely antagonizing the situation.
Exactly.
She wanted Candy
to
swing. She wanted her to. That's what she was hoping for.
Pissed me off. Sanya kept on talking about Marlo's hands were behind her back. She wasn't being aggressive. Now, you know, Black women, when we put our hands behind our back, we setting it up for the swing of your life, okay? That's not to say, oh, I'm not trying to be aggressive. Everybody does it. They hold their hands back and do all that, and then they just pop off on you, okay? We just firing it up. That's what.
Now, wait a minute. Let me shake the table a little bit. I actually think that she was hoping for her to hit her.
Yeah. Oh, that too.
Marlo is a scammer by nature. She already said that she would have hit her. She was going to fall, hit her head, and do all of this. This is going to be the get back that she was going to do when it comes for Candy to get the money.
It's crazy. Why?
I don't think she would have fought her.
Marlo has scammed so much in her life, whether she done humped for it, sucked for it, stole for it, done all of that. Now you about to get laid out for it. Girl, stop. So Candy says the infamous line, only reason I'm crying is because I want to choke you. Okay? So I was like, Marlo, you might want to go ahead and knock it off. That's
what was Candy from their pillow talk. Y'all remember that pillow talk scene with her, Nene, and all of them? That was their pillow talk. Candy came out.
Tiny done already said Candy don't play. Her and Candy got into a little scuffle way back when, and she was like, she a little scrappy one. So I wouldn't be messing around. And Marlo, the bigger they are, the harder they fall, child. So don't play with it. So, to end this whole scene out, they end up, these damn gnats are getting on my freaking nerves. They coming towards the light. Moving on. So they move Candy outside. So what pissed me off with Sanya, Ray, and all of them, that this is a bunch of bullshit. Marlo's BS. Marlo inside them, playing the tiny violin. Oh, they're always bothering me. They always want to bring up my past. And I'm like, well, Marlo, you always bringing up Candy's who she done slept with. Because are you mad that you didn't get the carpet munch? Are you mad?
What's up to Portia?
Exactly.
Shout out to Portia Williams. Shout out to Portia.
I'm just like, girl, so you want to bring out? If I'm gonna bring up your past, you gonna keep on bringing up my past of who I done slept with, and I'm married. I've been married for the last 10 years, and also Candy has been in relationship since she been on the show. She had the guy that unfortunately passed away, owned the nightclubs or whatever that she was engaged to. That, by the way, Mama Joyce didn't like him either because he had a bunch of damn children. But Candy has been on this show for 15 years. 14 years.
14.
And in relationships the whole time. So you don't know what that lady was doing in the bedroom, but you keep bringing that up. So all the other ladies are outside and they're trying to calm Candy down. And Candy was like, you know what? I'm tired of her. I used to not try to say nothing bad about her, but you know what? Let's talk about you slashing them people's faces and all this, that, and the third. I'm like, All right, I get it, y'all. But I'm gonna need you to talk about something else. There's so many other things that we can talk about with Marlo.
Like what?
Yeah, credit card.
Like,
You already
Credit
know.
card scam.
Mm-hmm.
Talk
Oh.
about her cooch with that allegedly old white man.
Mm-hmm. Talk about why she let her mama come on TV with no teeth and she taking care. Let's talk about why you said the boys.
Yep, the boys went.
Yeah, why we left. Let's your sister over here boohoo crocodile tears crying for fake. Let's talk to your sister about the time that she had them daggone ragamuffin kids and you didn't want to come and get them. And she got her own 4 children and a husband in a 2-bedroom apartment.
Well, I'm not calling the children ragamuffins. Not the children.
Jerry being soft on us.
I don't talk about the kids.
Well, she okay with the children. She takes care of all of the kids. So I want to talk to the sister about how that was. How did that make her feel? That her single sister that supposedly got all this money in her 50-year-old townhouse that it got to be paid for by them coochie coins and paid for that thing. Let's talk about that plot of dirt last season that you said you was building a house, but now we ain't seen that. We ain't seen as T calls it, La Rag bin the longest time. So what are you doing? Like, what are you really doing? There's so many things that they could be talking about besides talking about slashing faces. So anyway, Candy rides off into the night air. Kenya and all of them outside, and Courtney comes out. She trying to get everybody to still go back in. And Drew said, I know you lying. I'm gonna go ahead and go on home because I ain't want to be here in the first place. Child, I just showed up because I've been sick for the last couple of episodes. So I had to come and give me a check, honey. And now Candy left. I got an excuse to leave. I know I did what I need to do. Kenya let the other rejects went in there, played a little game, didn't do a good job, and got skeeted on by paint. What y'all?
Look, I think that Candy tired of Marlo, and of course, it is definitely showing and showed rather in that scene that she tired her.
She said,
"Cause he munching, ain't it?"
mm-hmm.
But yeah, I do think that she was over her, and she was literally about to go off on her and choke that bee out like she said she wanted to do. I think if them people were not there, I think she would have tagged them.
Oh yeah.
But I'm glad she didn't because she'll have too much to lose. You don't never want to get into it with somebody who ain't got nothing to lose. And Marlo ain't got a doggone thing to lose. So she did right.
I'm just tired of this. Y'all, we might echo for a little bit. I'm going to enter in on my other phone so I can put that thing up that I was telling y'all about.
Okay.
Let me mute my.
You good, John?
Yeah, I'm just trying to. I'm trying to think about when I'm going to do that Love and Hip Hop review.
Uh-oh.
I'm a mute.
Ooh, that jerky was good. I love beef jerky, especially after a workout.
Oh, okay. That's something I ain't never been able to eat. It tastes like plastic.
Plastic me down. I'm fine with it.
Ugh, I ain't never been able to eat no doggone beef jerky. But speaking of Love and Hip Hop, it looks like it's gonna be pretty good. I ain't seen Love and Hip Hop in so long, child. I don't even know.
All right, y'all. Let me see if this works.
Okay.
Boom. Shock-a-lock.
That's
bothering me. I had to have it done. I had to do it right. But y'all, that was Real Housewives of Atlanta. I again, like I said before, I need Atlanta to clean it up. It's the show. Marlo is definitely declassing the show. The show is supposed to be about affluent. I want to see people that got more money than me. I want to see people living the life.
Gotta go back to that.
Yeah, I want them to be a little shady and all that too. But I think that the drama is overpowering what the show's premise was really all about.
Mm-hmm.
not fun shade anymore. We can't see them really having fun together anymore because everybody is just doing team too much to be seen.
Yep.
And Marlo doesn't have the lifestyle that needs to be intended for this type of show. I don't even know why they think that she's entertaining whatsoever.
I don't think none of them have a lifestyle outside of Candy. I feel like Drew don't have it. I don't think Sheree don't have it. We know she borrowed from Peter to pay Paul. I think Kenya live comfortably, but I don't think it's to the level of Candy. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't think nobody broke.
Mm-hmm.
But ain't nobody on the level of Candy as to where you would think of this lavish lifestyle, you know, being able to go to this type of whatever, do whatever. Nobody is doing it.
You know, I would have to disagree because they are all on a higher level than Gina from Real Housewives of Orange County. Like, Gina is like asking for a job at this point. Like, why is she here? And so they're not like that. Everybody is a bit affluent enough, if you will, besides Marlo. Marlo living in a townhouse. The rest of them are living in homes that are pretty sizable. So they at least give the look or the.
Don't go off on no townhouse. You know how Quad acted a few years ago when Tori talked about her BS apartments. So don't talk about the townhouses now.
We ain't gonna go there with Miss Quad and her wasting her daggone money to try.
But even with the big houses, though, Kenya was behind on taxes. She got them caught up, but she was behind on taxes. Her and Sheree was in the court at the same time because of their taxes on their home. So I don't think really any of them are like balling out of control on Candy level.
Yeah. I like this sign, but I don't like how the follow button is blocking Jeremy's face. We'll fix it for next time. I'm gonna take it down. It's getting on my nerves. All right, y'all. So now, anything else for Real House before we go into Love and Marriage Huntsville?
Let us pray.
Mm-hmm. All right, y'all. Go on, like the video.
Yeah.
Work. To me, I get work. Do me, dirt. So me for that work. When you walk a line. In the cafe, drive me a dessert. Nothing to be lurking.
Yeah.
You make a like, now you not like it. You know I dealt with you the nicest. Nobody touched me in the right. Nobody touched me in a crisis. I believe that all of your dreams are duration. You took my heart, all my keys, and my patience.
All right, y'all. Thank y'all for everybody that is in the chat right now. Please go ahead and subscribe right now to Conversations with Sean and Jeremy Speaks TV. And of course, go ahead and subscribe to me too if you have not already, okay? And if you want to support our channel, here's 3 things that you can do to support any content creator. Number 1, like and comment. I'm gonna give another one. If you don't want to do super chats or cash apps, which our cash apps are conveniently located in the memo of this video. So if you want to go there, check it out. All of our cash apps are there. If you would like to support us, there is no pressure, but appreciate it. Additionally, watch a couple commercials. That helps us too. Okay, watch 2 or 3 commercials when you watch the replay. All right, y'all. Let's get into Love and Marriage Huntsville. All right. Season 6, episode 10, Unpaid in Full. All right. Y'all, this another breezeway too.
Jeremy, are you praying?
I'm not praying. I'm just...
Jeremy, like, I'm just so uninterested.
Right.
So, y'all, the episode starts off where, child, you know how these fans be now. Tiffany starts off, she's in pain. She's seeing stars, okay? So Stormy goes over and grabs Kimmy because Kimmy is the neighborhood hood doctor, aka nurse. So she don't have a blood pressure machine with her because she is in Maurice's car. So everybody coming over there concerned with Tiffany and her inability to open her eyes and see the light. And except for Letitia and Marceau, they were nowhere to be found. Were they over there enjoying the chicken and the potato salad? I don't know. But everybody else was over there concerned. So we end that whole scene with Big Lou and Maurice kind of giving the assist to prop her up in Lewis's arms. And he puts her in the truck and speeds off into the sunset to the hospital.
Was there anything wrong with her? Did you guys find out?
I don't know what was wrong with her. She said that she had to drink more water. I think her blood pressure was low or something like that. She said that she needs to drink more water, keep her feet up, keep her stress levels down. That was basically what she said. So I don't know why she didn't want to go. I'm like, do y'all got health insurance? I know y'all, entrepreneurs and stuff, and you got to pay for that yourself. Is that why you want to go to the doctor? I don't know.
I think for me, I didn't like that scene at all. To me, it gave too much of y'all look at me. Because if you're pregnant and you hurt like you say you hurt, when Big Lou bent over in her ear and for her to whisper in his ear, her next words should have been, I need to go to the doctor.
I would have been like, I smell turkey bones.
Go away.
I was thinking also she might have wanted to stop Lewis from getting jumped outside, child. Who knows? But
what am I like? Okay, never mind.
What you gonna say?
I was like, what am I doing? Stop being how are we being messy?
Oh, who said we being
messy? I didn't even see that. Stop being messy. How? What happened? We just started.
We are being unbiased, Andrea, and don't you forget it.
We just got started. What happened? Okay. It always turn and make a little. Every time we get on this show, here you go.
It is a very clean environment in all of our bags. It's not messy at all. But thank you for watching, Andrea. We appreciate you.
Hit that like button.
Yeah, go on, girl. Subscribe. And us now you're here. All right, so moving on. Marceau is yet standing again on another plot of dirt that we don't know what the hell he's doing with it because
he's talking about Tiffany being messy.
About Tiffany. I had good intentions. I mean, all right now. So he's standing on a plot of dirt. Maurice comes over there and meets with him, and they have a conversation about how he feels so good doing this with Gino because he's able to do all these amazing things with Gino, and it was hard for him to do it with Martel because egos will always be in the way. I'm like, Marceau, do you even know how to build anything? Because we haven't seen you do anything from start to finish but daggone black. And the word on the curb is they don't even own that. They own that with a bunch of Qs or something like that. Like they are part owners of that. They only own a percentage of black. But I'm like, if I own a percentage, it must be a large because you got big old photos of your kids on the side of the building.
Can you do me one quick favor? Can you open up another browser and share your screen and go to skullindustries.com? I just want to see what the website is giving.
You know what? I could, but I'm on my phone, so it doesn't allow me to do those things. Can you do it, or somebody else do it?
You haven't shared the power in here for us to do that.
Oh, how do I do that?
I don't know. You have to like.
What done happened? How do I do it, child? I don't know. I don't know, child. Let me see. Oh, there you go.
Like, I don't know. I think it's maybe a little bit too late to do that. But do you have a laptop next to you or something? We just need to go see real quick what is on the portfolio.
Can I look on my phone and then show it on the screen?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's see. I just want to know.
Let's see. Sculpt.com, right?
Or just Google Skull, Skull Ink or whatever the case may be. Okay. I think it's SCHOLT or something like that. Yeah. I just want to know what's on there because I haven't went yet.
You know what? This is a great idea. Let me see. Too many redirects occurred.
Yep, it won't let you go to it.
So they don't even have a functioning website.
Yep, it won't let you go to it.
Oh, you trying to?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Like it's there, but when you click on it, it try to redirect you.
This is ridiculous. They're playing in our face. I don't have time for this.
Yeah, so they basically over here standing on a dirt pile of nothing. Cause I'm like, they didn't even say what it was for. Like, what was the project? What's the name of the project? For all we know, y'all got shovels and come over here and took a daggone picture.
That's it, and that was all.
So it's like a fake company that nothing is happening at.
Brown Eye said it used to be pics you could click on. They just changed it.
I couldn't even get on it. It kept trying to redirect and it was reloading. So
she said it's fake. Y'all gonna download it. Child.
Yeah, you can't even go to it.
That's crazy to me. But you know, it's a lot of rumors about them Scots going around right now that they allegedly are separated and they just doing this for whatever. They're getting, there's a lien on the little house on the prairie that they was living in. That's the reason why they going and moving into the apartment, and they are pretending that they're building Scott Manor, but apparently there's a lien on that too, allegedly. Child, it's a lot. I don't know.
I'm on their Instagram page and I don't see anything.
You on which page?
I'm on their Instagram page for Skull Industries and I only see like the last post they have is from 170 weeks ago.
What?
The last post that they had is from 170 weeks ago that says we are hiring.
Wow. Pretty Brown Eye says it basically a paste resume. Wow. Child, they over here playing around. That's
go to the website. I mean, go to the Instagram page, see what you find.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. But let's bring her raggedy tail in there with her clear toe specials. You know, you put on clear toe shoes when you have on and you don't really got no real shoes to match it, so you put on some clear special. That's what she did, and it's again, you don't know anything about construction projects because you wouldn't wear that. Anybody that field would know not to come wearing heels, number one, and two, those specials. That is the worst thing that you. They begin to. I feel like this whole setup was for them to isolate Maurice to get him to basically agree with later on when they get him on their side, because Maurice is a clown. He's, basically he knew that Kimmy probably had it all set up to show them that they're basically copying the comeback group idea. So they try to feed him, or Marceau anyway, try to feed him a load of BS to try to steer him in his direction for the. But y'all, what do y'all think about this whole scene?
No comment.
Nothing. I think I agree with you with the only takeaway is that trying to get Maurice to be on the side of not being paid. So, but I feel like it was a filler episode. I wasn't mad at it, but we could have skipped it.
So they have two pages. One has no posts and 467 followers. And then the other one, like Jeremy said, has a now hiring from March 5th, 2020.
So I'm saying, like, if you're like doing all of this amazing stuff and like you hired this guy, y'all closing up all of these, post it. We want to see, we want to congratulate y'all too.
They ain't doing a damn thing.
And this is what I be talking about. Like, Carlos is so busy, like talking about everybody else, and everything on this show is make believe, fairy tale, broken links.
Don't get me started with Carlos King. He want to review everybody, but you don't want to talk about what's going on with Martell taking people to court for their damn children and how he over here being a stalker and doing the daggone most. And then you don't want to talk about what's really going on in these daggone Scott's relationship and their finances. It's like, how are you going to have a that is truthful, right? Reality. If you're allowing people to hide their reality, it's not making any sense. The show is canceled because people getting tired of getting bamboozled. But y'all, moving on from that scene, do we have anything? Oh, you know what I do want to say? I hate how they keep on talking about sponsorships because like they miraculously came up with the idea, but I think that dollar signs when Melody said sponsorships, they're like, oh, so we can get other people to pay for this bullshit, and we're in control. We can say where the money goes. We can say we put
Black Titanic. I'm sorry.
What'd you say?
Somebody in the comment section said Black Titanic went to the actual site, but nothing but dirt. What does that mean?
Child, I don't got nothing to say about people going to sites no more.
Y'all old ass people gotta stop doing that type of stuff. Like that ass, like it's like it's okay not to like people on the show, but stay y'all old asses at home.
Yeah, that's happy trails, sis. Happy trails. Do what you got to do. She is an investigative reporter. You see, that's her job. She has a badge.
I mean, I'm just saying, like, let's not stalk people. You like don't like. Why are you wasting your gas like showing up to places? Like, girl, I'm just saying, like. I don't know. I just like when I was growing up, the older people, like my aunts and uncles and my grandmama and stuff like that, they had the casino, they had Bible studies, they had potlucks, they at the juke joints. they had Dottie's, Dottie's spirits and slot machines. Like they ain't out here, popping up at people's places of business trying to take pictures so they can make videos about it.
Yeah, my grandmother was just at dialysis, so I don't know. So she ain't had time to be doing
like that. Yeah, go to dialysis.
Not go to that. You know what?
Shit, clean kidneys out. Do something else.
It's a lot.
It's not that deep. Like it's a show. It's like let's just roast these people online and go about our business.
Yeah.
Don't be like taking this stuff like to y'all personal lives. It's so weird. Like it's giving. Someone please call 911. It's giving like. Pretty brown eyes.
And I have a name, Jeremy.
I'm trying to keep it real cute on you, because you be talking about me in these group chats and in these Patreons with these other content creators. I already don't like you already.
Oh, baby. So let's move on to the next.
No, pretty brown eyes is cool.
Pretty brown.
Like that. We don't need you to fucking pull up. You can stay in the comment section. This is not your panel.
We gonna keep it pretty.
What happened? Wait 1 minute.
We gonna keep it pretty nice and clean, okay?
Nice. We gonna be nice.
Tell her to be nice. I am nice. I've been keeping it cute.
Yep, I understand. I understand, friend. That's what we gonna do.
Don't be trying to tell me to say your name when you've been talking shit. They ain't gonna save you. At this point, I'm sick of you bitches.
Ooh.
Jeremy.
I'm tired of it. I am over it. They be attacking me. I be trying to keep it cute. Leave me alone.
What happened?
They have been in people's Patreons talking shit about me, and the crazy thing about it, the people in the Patreons have been coming and showing me the messages. Girl, bye. And just to let you know, you're banned on 3 or 4 other content creators' chats as well.
Ooh, child.
Because they found out you were doing it too. But whatever. Let's continue.
How did we get here?
Okay. So Mel goes to meet Caleb, her attorney. Okay. And yeah, she wants to change her name back to Rogers with a D. Okay. And she's excited. She walks in there, you know, and the attorney gives her the news that all right, pretty brown eyes. We gonna mute the thing in a little minute because we got to keep it clean up in here. Okay. All right. Do that. Bring it on down. Bring it on down. All right. So she's upset because you can't have an active case, you cannot change your last name. So he had to break that news to her that she cannot change her last name. Okay. So then she discussed how he has been invading her privacy. She had to have the lawyer send a lot of messages to him to keep him from pulling up to her house and doing this, that, and the third and whatnot. And she talked about how she feels like she's never heard of anybody asking for your passwords to your social media, your phone records, bank statements, anyone met up with romantically. And they just discussed all of these things and why anybody could even ask.
Oh my God, I'm sorry. My phone keeps on ringing.
Oh, no, that's okay. So what do y'all? I've never heard of anybody having to give somebody social media who you've been intimate with. Like, how is that? What do that have to do with how you're going to parent your children? What does that have to do with anything?
Well, that kind of came out a few months ago or last month or whatever, that because we was talking about it on Mims, right, when we were on the panel. So it had already came out that he had asked for all of these things, but of course it just hadn't aired on the show yet. But I'll say this, nothing surprised me when it comes down to Martell. Yeah, it don't surprise me at all. When it comes to him, one thing I will always do, and y'all know I say this, when it comes to Martell, I'm going to stand 10 toes down with Melody. Now everything else, but
yeah,
I do have a question. Like, was this scene like just so she could tell us that this was all happening, or was she just did she not know any of this already? Like, or was this just to blast it on the show?
I think both. I think to show that, because I think, and here's why I'm not mad at it, because Martell go over and beyond to show that she this hell of a woman, hell on wheels, she this, that, and the third. And he get protected so much by Carlos, by production, and even by the other castmates. So I'm not mad at it coming out to show like this is who y'all protecting. The guy who won't da 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 da. So I ain't mad at it.
Mm-hmm. I mean, like, I'm not mad at it either. I'm just a little bored. I'm sick and tired of like the Martell is a stalker, you know. We already know all of this. Like, what next? Like, what's the next step? Like, somebody needs to go.
But see, here's the thing, and this is the problem I have with the show. Too much stuff comes out. And then when it's time for it to be shown on the actual show, now you do have this, because it's a lot of people saying they're tired of the Mel and Martell dynamic, you know, or they're tired of them repeating the same thing. But I think so much stuff is said on social media, YouTube, and these Facebook groups and all of that. By the time we make it to the show, it's already like, okay, we already heard this. You know, either you team Martell or you team Melody. I don't think nobody is in the middle. It's either you on the left or you on the right.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a little bit repetitive. Like, Martell is stalking me. Martell won't let me, you know, have my freedom. Melody won't shake my hand. Melody won't let me walk her outside. Melody won't let me see my kids. Martell has not came to see the kids in 3 weeks. Melody has 20 different people watching my children. Martell is just homophobic. I'm just like, I don't know if it's the fact that it's just so echoed throughout all of the videos that countless people are making about the situation before the season even comes out, and then it comes out and then it's already old and stale. Like, we already knew this anyway, because like you already let us know on social media that you couldn't change your name in interviews because this has all happened. So I was like, it's just it's a bit repetitive. Not saying that Martell is right for any of it. He is a piece of shit, but I'm just saying that, like, what else? Like, one or both of these people need to go at this point.
You know what? I think at this point, they're just showing their reality. And this is in reality what's happening with them right now. Now, on the flip side, the reason why they're continuing to be in the forefront of the conversation is because, again, nobody else is showing anything. You got Marceau out here trying to say that, Tiffany is somehow pee-popping on a handstand and cheating on her husband. And then they talking about Kiki and her pills. They want to talk about everybody else's problems and bring everybody else to the forefront. But if everybody else was contributing to the story the way that they should, we wouldn't have to keep on deviating back to Mel and Martell. Absolutely. I think the viewers are tired of that, because for me, I'm tired of watching a woman continue to be, treated this way by her husband, her ex-husband at this point publicly. And I'm tired of Carlos King perpetuating the BS. He never addresses Martell for the stuff that he's doing. And if you're going to show something, show that. Show y'all putting him in his place, because all of these men on this show are disrespectful to the women in their lives, except for Lewis. Lewis is the only man on this show that actually shows that he loves his wife and has respect for her. We have not seen in Love and Marriage anybody loving their wife in their marriage outside of Lewis. So miss me with the BS where it comes to all this stuff with Mel and Martell, because that's their life. That's what they're going through. But somebody else, show me the money. What are y'all doing?
Yeah, that is true.
Also with it, and I agree, but I also feel like what me and Jeremy was saying, it's too much being said on the outside. Just like Brick said, if we let it play out, we'll have a shock value, and I feel like it'll get the ratings up a little bit more.
Yeah.
But why do we need to watch it if we already saw it on TV?
They popping up at people's house, getting scoops. So at the end of the day, we already know everything already, apparently. So what's the point?
No lie told, but yeah, I mean,
because when I was watching, I was like, okay, this again, whatever the case may be. But I guess I just want to know, I don't know. I just feel like this is just so draining, and I don't like. It's something about OWN Network and their portrayal, of Black love, and I don't know if Carlos is purposefully picking, marriages that are so toxic and abusive, or if this is just a reflection on, a lot of Black marriages on average anyway. Not saying all, because I understand that not all Black women are getting abused. That's understandable. But I'm saying on average, are they like, are women being, stifled, demeaned, disrespected, held to certain standards that a normal person or a normal human being cannot meet? And that's something that we really need to talk about. Like, what is the status of Black love and how healthy is it? Because when you go on Bell Collective, it's extremely toxic over there too.
That's King is extremely toxic, because this is what, if you listen to him in his interviews, all he talks about is, you guys always talk about you don't want to see drama. You want to see a mix of this and that and third. You don't want to see, you do love the drama, because that's why you watch. So you can tell that he's puppeteering people to create more drama. That's why he has Tiffany. Let me tell you something. Tiffany is strategically placed, because the Scotts, in my opinion, I have no doubt that the Scotts are behind the scenes telling him, okay, we don't want to talk about this, we don't want to talk about that. And the core six, as they call it, they have alliances about certain things that they don't want out there, right? So Tiffany is the person that's going to pull it out of all of them. That's what Carlos is using her for. It's very obvious. He's using her to be the messy mole to get this stuff out. But she's not being used properly. You going over here digging up dirt with Martell and Melody that, as y'all said, we already know from the internet. So it's just like, I get it. You playing it on the show again because, you know, everybody probably don't have social media, hence older people that may be going and doing stuff, or, you know, people that don't have social media might not see all of this stuff. But if you're going to show stuff from social media, show Marceau's back photo. Show all these chicks that allegedly he's supposed to be out here sleeping around with. So what if we're going to go with social media?
Okay, but let me question it. I thought in one breath we just said we didn't want to see toxic, you know, men in relationships being cheated on. So is it just because it's Marceau and it's we need to expose him, or is it that we really do want to see the toxic bullcrap?
I think that for me, it's not about, I think let me say this. Every reality TV show is going to have a level of toxicity, right? That's just inevitable because people, you and I, real people, we have toxic situations in our lives. We may not have it as often, and it's probably not going to be manufactured to make sure ratings are good on a show, right? But if there's toxicity, make it a level playing field. That's all I'm saying. We can't continue to complain that it's Martell and Mel, because the reason why it's Martell and Mel, because they do have toxicity going on right now, and it's real, and that's their reality. Nobody else is playing out what's really going on in their lives.
Yeah,
and
I agree.
As a whole, is toxic. They can't go to the bar and kick the bobo and have a good day. We can't even have them go back on another Vegas trip because everybody is so not in sync at this point. So the show itself is toxic right now. Now, in order to bring evolution, if you will, everybody needs to be honest so that they can come back to, hence the comeback group, come back to a consensus where everybody can find a way to get along, because now everybody's stuff is aired out because everybody is being honest on the show. If I'm on the show and you're being allowed to hold things back, but my whole life is being put out there, you're gonna feel like that's not fair. You get what I'm saying? I just think this whole show, it overall needs a total revamp. I think they need another couple on here that everybody gets along with, that can be like the nucleus. But also they need a Tiffany to remain so that she can get all the dirt out, if they're not going to be willing to air it out. And if you're not going to make the Scotts air their stuff out, get rid of them just like you did Destiny, because she didn't want to talk about her life either. I don't care about them being from Detroit. That don't mean nothing to me, because apparently Marceau is supposed to be some liaison for the Detroit people to onboard them. What is he going to onboard them to do? Lie?
Onboard them on what though?
Like basically to be like an assist to help them, introduce them to the show or whatever. I don't know if he's gonna be on the episodes up there or what, but
you talking about for the new franchise? Oh, okay, gotcha.
Guarantee you they're gonna be some more toxic, disgusting marriages.
Gotcha. Okay.
And I guarantee you, Carlos King gonna be attracted to all the men in the relationships. Like this, it's so gross.
Yeah, seem too much. But I mean, I see y'all perspectives and I understand. But my whole point is everybody do your part. Nobody should be able to. You shouldn't be constantly digging in somebody's life on this side but these people are able to hold back whatever they don't want to be seen shown. That's not fair. So moving on in the next scene, we basically have Lewis talking to Tiffany, and they discuss her recent hospital visit and how she needs to slow down, put her feet up. Tiffany is delusional. Tiffany is talking about going and planning a trip to DC because she got to do this one last speaking engagement, 9 months pregnant at all, hoping her water don't break on the stage, child. Okay. But she got to go do this event because it's very important. And Lewis is like, more important than your health.
Mm-hmm.
And she was frozen in place.
Yep.
Because she don't care about this child. This child is going to be her child support check when she divorces you and get with a man that she actually wants.
Baby.
I said that. I'm like, she's selfish and self-centered.
Mm-hmm.
She don't care about, she ain't studying this.
Yeah. It's
when it comes to Tiffany, if you knew that you had a goal that you wanted to meet before you turned 35, because y'all want to tell me this girl all of 33, but we'll talk about that another day. But y'all want to tell me that she this young, and it looks like she's wanting to meet milestones and goals and all of that. That's fine. But don't think for one moment you feel ready to pop this baby out and think that you can be able to go on about your life. A baby don't stop nothing, but it sure gonna slow you down. So
yeah,
100%. I don't know why she thinks that. Let me tell you something, and Sean, you know, because you did it 3 times. Babies ain't no daggone joke.
Joe ain't.
So she was sitting there talking about, oh, I can breastfeed the baby during my meeting, and it's gonna be easy. I'm like, girl, so the baby ain't gonna cry. You diaper at the meeting too. Babies are a lot of work. This is a living, breathing thing that didn't ask to be here.
And I have a big age gap. I got a child going into the 12th grade, my oldest, and my youngest going into the doggone kindergarten. When I had her, I felt like I was a fish out of water. I was like, what in the world? I felt like a new parent. And I'm not saying she going through that. That's just my personal experience. So, I mean, good luck to her. Hopefully everything working out in her way.
Well, what that Luke said to her, so they started talking about Melody. Y'all, I'm moving stuff around in here. Y'all see me moving shit around in my damn house. But she talked about how he asked her about the whole situation with Marceau and Martell, and why she even thought to bring all that up. And she was like, well, I really care about blended, but you don't. Let's stop and pause you because you lying. But she talking about blended families and a whole bunch of BS, giving a I'm lying tease. And she's like, well, and he's like, well, did Mel ask you for advice? I'm so glad he said that. I'm so glad that he said it. She said, well, no. So he basically was like, well, mind your business. That's all. Just mind your business. It have nothing to do with you. So why are you offering your unsolicited advice? If this woman, Mel barely calls you, y'all barely have a friendship. Yep. So what makes you think that you're in a position to be giving her advice? And then he ends it with, and don't be putting me in no more stuff.
And wasn't you flirting with Martell? You and Lewis sitting down in that restaurant that one day when Martell joked and said he would get you pregnant, and then you let us know that y'all had an open relationship, alluding that Martell could join y'all bedroom if he wanted to.
Yuck.
Here's my thing with Tiffany. I wish Tiffany just stand in being the messy person. Don't try to stand in and try to make messy sophisticated. And by saying, oh, it's all about the kids. Girl, you won't do nothing for them doggone kids. You ain't picking them up from school. You ain't fixing their lunch. You ain't doing nothing for them. So you trying to make being messy sophisticated don't work for me. Stand in it and be like, shoot, ain't nobody else asking the question, so I'm asking.
Exactly.
I act like y'all scared to talk, so I'm talking. Stand in it. And I think more people would like Tiffany if she would just stand in it.
I honestly think more people do like Tiffany because of the fact that she's being messy and she's asking questions that the viewers want to know about. But you're asking questions.
They don't like her. They just love the fact that she's putting Letitia and Marceau on blast. That's what they like. They don't like her. And Martell, but I'm saying at the end of the day, they don't like her. They just love the fact that she's causing strife in other people's lives that they don't like. But
yeah, I agree with that.
True.
I agree with them.
That's the only reason why I like her right now. Moving on. So we in the last scene. Kimmy and Mel arrive first, and Kimmy brings out this piece of paper where Marceau wrote a letter saying that he wanted to be the president of the comeback group, which I'm like, sounds pretty familiar that you would come and try to make a whole new group so that you can be in charge, because clearly Mr. Scott loves to be in charge. Okay. So Mel is like, all right, well, where everybody at? And, why we always the first ones here and things. So then Kimmy begins to talk about basically how she sees that they're trying to make this the comeback group again, and she ain't having it. So she got all the paperwork. She been paying the taxes on the comeback group still all these years, which my thing is, if y'all decided to get rid of it, why are y'all still paying taxes on it? Are y'all doing some Teresa Giudice type stuff over there?
Well, Kimmy fixed it and said they didn't want to get rid of it. Mel wanted to leave. They were fine with it. So she made it known that it wasn't them, it was Melody.
Right. But even with Mel wanting to leave, now you got Tisha and Marceau going rogue and making their own company. So who is really participating? You, who else is participating in the comeback group? So again, why do you still have it? Because clearly they don't want to do it if they're trying to go ahead and go and do their own thing.
Right. A CEO of an actual running company that's building buildings would never have enough time for that. But as we saw by the Instagram page, that doesn't exist. So
the Instagram determined that was a lie.
Right.
Child. So they continue to talk, and Kimmy talks about her having to do 6 more weeks of, I think it's chemo that she's doing now. And then she's like, yeah, because when that's over, I see that you do a lot of vacationing. You got to help me. This is her way to be nosy. You got to help me find somewhere to go because, yeah, I seen the arm in your pictures. Like, you're not going on these vacations by yourself. Kimmy, you didn't have to make up that you wanted to go on vacation to ask this lady about who she dating. And Mel says, okay, so you asked me to help you with a vacation. So, yeah, you should go to St. Bart's, which I've been, and it's absolutely amazing. Great recommendation. But you're nosy. She said already in so many ways to mind your business. That's all. You're not close enough to me for me to be telling you who the hell I'm dating. Because you said Martell was a good man, Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
So you think I'm going to sit up here and tell you who the hell I'm dating? You lost your mind.
Kimmy, it was a bad segue. Yeah. It was the arm and finding somewhere to go don't even make sense. I just would have rather for Kimmy to be the person that's so outspoken. I just would have rather her say, girl, so I see y'all on the ground. Who is that? You got a new babe, whatever the case may be. Just be out and open about it. Why are you trying to play this little childish game like you need somewhere to go? Girl, just say it.
Yeah, and first of all, we know your ass ain't going on vacation because your own husband took forever to take you on a honeymoon trip, and it took for Destiny, little brokey behind, to give y'all a free trip from several box tops that she saved. So don't play. You ain't going on no vacation.
She took the donation money to buy her plane ticket.
Y'all vacation, you taking it down.
She took their donations because it showed they go into Baloney. What's the name of that place?
Yeah, that's about it. And the only place that Kimmy and Maurice be going is damn Miami, and anybody can go there. Go on an island somewhere, okay? Do something real. Get a stamp in your passport. Get a stamp. But moving on.
Are you from like Baltimore, DC, or something?
I'm from DC.
Gotcha.
How you know?
You have an accent.
Oh, I'm like, please don't give me no Baltimore accent. Like, what the fuck, yo? I could never. I did go to Morgan State though, so I experienced that. But yeah, so I just so going from that thing, he's trying to be nosy. Then Martell comes in and gets his little feelings hurt. Him, Marceau, and Tisha end up coming, and Maurice end up coming in at the same time, 30 minutes late. So they come in. Then Tisha waddles her tail up all late. And then they all sit down and basically talk about TV. So Tisha sits down and she begins to back up Maurice and him basically saying, we ain't paying y'all. And Mel, we want you to participate and speak for free because we know you don't know every damn thing. So we do need you here. You came up with the idea of the sponsorships, but we're gonna pretend like we did, and we're gonna take all the money. And if $100,000 in sponsorships, we're gonna tell y'all we got 50. And because we in charge, we ain't gotta tell y'all that we really got 100,000, because we're gonna put 50 on these bills that we owe everybody allegedly. And we're gonna do. So that's what I got out of it.
You read it.
And then the last thing I could say, so Keisha and her mush mouth ass gonna say, because we all have influence, we all have businesses. Martell has Inez, and Maurice has whatever repair credit, and then Mel, we have Black, and Mel has all of her business. Bitch, you know what my business is. Say it loud and proud. 7th Avenue. Look, okay. I would, if I was Mel, I don't like yes in 7th Avenue. Just in case you forgot, please. Your skin is looking pretty bad over there. Okay, get you some. Period.
Pooh.
She tried, and I really could not stand it. So, y'all, what y'all think? I had enough of Tisha and her foolishness.
I go ahead, Sean.
Okay, I'm gonna say this. First of all, that whole scene was exhausting. I'm gonna start there. Secondly, ain't nobody on no level for we doing favors for free. Let's start there. We passed that point where we doing stuff for free. That's number 2. Number 3. How is it that you gonna pay the other folks, but you don't want to pay me?
Hello?
You gonna pay them, but don't pay me.
Hello?
Make that make sense. First of all,
none whatsoever.
Yeah.
And then for you to be a businesswoman, so she say, for both of them to say, for you to be a businesswoman, I thought in business that you would at least meet in the middle where you can at least compromise. If I want Jeremy and Shay to do something like, look, and y'all tell me my fee is $1,500 a piece, I'm like, look, I can't give y'all the $1,500, but because I want y'all, can I do 1,000? Do you mind if we do it this way? Come on now.
Listen.
We didn't even try to meet in the middle when it came to them. You gave them automatic, no, I'm not doing it. Martell's so stupid, he just going with the flow because he just want to be in the room. Kimmy is like, she don't know if she want to be paid or don't want to be paid. I guess whatever Maurice tell her what she needs to do.
Child.
And then Melody is the one saying, no, we out here doing a service. You going to have to pay us for the service that we give it.
Period. You know what? Tisha little raggedy ass, she ain't got a pot to piss in or a Starbucks to work out of. She pisses me off. You get hoodwinked for your office space. You have no business whatsoever. You made your cousin quit her job and for fake to come and work in your brokerage. You don't even have no real estate agents. Maybe going down to Atlanta and grab up Shari's husband and get him to work for her brokerage, because she doesn't have anything going on. You want to have an office but no business to run out of it, while you want to not talk about somebody else's with your raggedy ass. I can't stand her. And then for Martell, y'all see the little sneaky way Martell try to say, and all y'all got to do is ask Mel what her fee was. You should have just said, Mel, what's your fee? Because Mel, that's
I was like, first and foremost, why are you worried about Mel getting the paycheck? You ain't getting the child support check. Like exactly. It's over with. That's what he was like, because Mel need her money. I was like, why do you worry about what Mel need?
But
Mel I was like, Mel need her kids too.
Right.
Yeah, those.
Because this is where he was suing her. So he wants her to get all the coins that she can get. But mind you, He was really, his goal was to try to figure out
how much she charged.
Like how much she charged, because he asked that in the last meeting, but he, in his little dumb confessional with his tight ass suit on, he tried to act like he was really being an advocate for her. No, you weren't. You were being trying to figure out how much she charges so you can see how much money she's making. That's what you were trying to do.
Yeah.
You think you're slick.
Right, and you fight so hard for her. What about how much you make? You ain't saying nothing about when you want to get paid or not. But you worried about somebody else?
Because quiet as it's kept, when you was down here at Harbor, you ain't selling that one bottle of that damn wine. They was free. Okay?
Grand open, grand close.
Don't do it. Don't play with it. He is a dinger for real. And all of them, they're like, listen, we're not paying anybody. We're just not. And I'm like, but y'all don't want to pay nobody, but you want Mel to come and speak. Here's the thing. You have to look at the magnitude of what you're asking Mel does. Y'all are on a national TV program. And if she was to tell you, yes, I will do your speaking engagements for free. Now, me, if I'm a person, oh, so Mel, you doing stuff for free now? I paid you $15,000 to speak at my event last month. So now I'm going to try to whittle my fee down to $5,000 because you're doing stuff for free. You see what I'm saying? So you, as a business person, that's not smart for her to accept something on national TV, because now everybody else going to think that that's okay.
But here's the thing, though. Why you won't charge nobody at the door? If you don't want no but $20, if that's your way of giving back, why you don't have nobody to say, hey, I know you sell smoothie shade. I'm gonna let you be a vendor and you charge each vendor to sit in there. Like, how are we having more business plans and thoughts than somebody who really is a boss and got a bachelor's degree on top of a bachelor's degree on top of a bachelor's degree?
Because she was reading from the teleprompter. She didn't have her stuff written up yet. Because
like,
that's last time read
it
off.
It was easy as 1, 2, and 3, girl. Let's get it together. What are we gonna do or not?
Right.
You want the people to come or not? And because it's quiet as it's kept, to even go a little bit further, wasn't nobody gonna come to look for no real estate, how to build or anything. They was gonna come because the Core 6 was gonna be on the stage.
Exactly. Which
that was gonna be the real reason for anybody to go into their building.
Which
not because I want to know how to dig up some dirt.
So in reality, they're the ones that are going to draw the people. So you need
Thank you.
And saying, oh, well, everybody has supported our businesses. Well, you're damn right they should support your business if you out here promoting it the way that you should. They're patronizing you for a service that they obviously like. So just because people liked your business, now I like my business and they like the products that I give them and the service that I give them, I should suffer just because I'm on TV? If I'm Melody, I'm not getting all my shine from TV like you bums.
But here's the thing. I understand when she made their point, like, oh, because of the comeback group, that's why they patronize with us. No, it's because y'all definitely on TV. It has nothing to do with the comeback group, but it has everything to do that you come on TV every Saturday at 7 o'clock.
Can we also talk about the fact, like, what I don't like about this is that they left the other two couples out. Like, I feel like this would have been a more interesting dynamic if they would have asked Stormy to work for free and they would have asked Tiffany and them to work for free. I think that would have been an interesting dynamic, and it would allow, like, I'm like, y'all are not the Core 6 no more. We're tired of y'all. We need to start injecting other people into this. Like, why is it just y'all 6? And like, I don't know.
Especially if they calling it the Black Expo.
I was right now. Tiffany may not be black, but you know, she got some in her, you know. So at the end of the day, they should be there too, and they should be able to take part in this conversation. Like, this whole comeback group thing is so tired and just like repetitive and so delayed. Like, and then, like, you know, like Kimmy and Maurice are like, you know, are definitely unfaithful. Because, like, just last week, y'all was saying we need to be paid, and all of a sudden, y'all need to be paid no more. Kimmy talking about it ain't about the money.
But you just said that last week, though.
All this research. You did all this research, and you had your manila folder full of why they the comeback group and doing this and doing that and how you paying this. Girl, you definitely want to this. You
And I'm
definitely
just saying, like, Kimmy, you're a nurse.
Not no more.
That don't even practice anymore. Like, we're not about to go to you for brokerage business. And like fixing your credit is illegal in a lot of states.
For real?
Yeah, you can't do that in a lot of states. You can't go get your credit repaired in a lot of states.
Dang.
Like you can like that's illegal. You cannot, because what they do, they get somebody to pull your credit report, pull all of the things that you have delinquent that are, you know, that are penalizations on your credit, and then they dispute it.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know, these credit companies have such an overwhelming amount of people, you know, coming in to them disputing, they don't have enough time and within a 30-day period to, you know, to respond to everybody. So within that 30-day period, if they don't respond, they get to erase it off of their credit like it never happened.
Kind of state I can do it so I can go ahead and get some shit erased for my
But
day.
you know, but that's really all that it is.
I can probably do that my damn self.
Exactly.
Yeah. But
you don't need a law degree to do it.
Bring up this contact. I mean, well,
comment.
This comment, yes. She said we have shut all of the doors in their faces and said, do not come back until Melody says go. Now, what I will say about this, Melody was the one that would network and was out here talking to people. Melody was the one going to the Rockefeller brunches. She was just on live yesterday with a billionaire. Like, Melody has that person.
What billionaire?
His name was Ali.
Ali. Ali.
Yeah, she's out of the country somewhere, and she was like having dinner with this guy, and just her friend or whatever. And he got on her live and was like giving all this advice and all this, that, and the third. But he looked like an old Abdul Jabbar with a corn. So yeah. So I was just like, okay, girl. But I mean, the at resort, hanging out with real estate gurus, and then her and her mother bought umpteen acres of land together. So Mel is the one that's out here moving and shaking because all of y'all be lying. And
but here's the thing, because I think a lot of people say, well, they want to use Melody context. Melody ain't, no shade to Melody. Melody ain't the only person that's moving and shaking in the reality world, you know, real estate world. So I don't understand. I get it because she's on the show, but you got Chris. You got the guy that was trying to help Martell say learn. What's the man name from last season? Whatever the man name was.
The one that he wanted to go under his license.
Yeah, him. You got them. You have who else that came on the show? Gino, but I feel like Gino probably really ain't doing nothing now that it's coming down to it. But my thing is, y'all go to Atlanta so much, y'all in Miami so much, go and learn the business.
But
that's what you gotta do.
They're lazy. They're not. So that's why they want to use the fact that Mel is on this show, and they want to use the feel, felt, found connection that's close.
But you got Chris though. You don't even like Mel.
Yeah, but I mean, Chris is great. Chris is a great real estate agent that travels around, and I'm sure he has connections.
I know Chris got some connections.
Yeah, and I don't know what magnitude he expands himself outside of his realm of business. You know what I mean? Like, Mel got her hands in so many different things, and she's also friends with other celebrities. But to your point, if y'all know all these other people, why do y'all keep on hanging your hat on Mel?
Mm-hmm.
Fool with y'all like that. And you that I'm supposed to help you, and you call me the devil, but you want me to speak for free. Girl, kick rocks and do somersaults in your grave, like my friend Jeremy said. Okay, that's what
please don't put me in this. Please don't put me in this. I don't want no part.
Because she should. Then I think she is a hateful little something. She is a hateful little somebody. I can't stand it. I cannot stand it.
I don't know if she's so much hateful, but I do think that she tried to make herself more important than what she really is. I do get there from her.
You know what one of my triggers is? People that have 50, 11,000 degrees just go to school for no reason. Nothing with it. You wasting everybody else's time sitting in the and you're not going to do anything. You're paying.
Like, that's what happens when you get degrees that you really can't do anything with.
Right.
That's why when I went to college and I double majored in business school, one of my majors was business analytics and the other major was market research. That was very flexible to where I can work in finance, I can work in marketing, or I can work in IT/data analytics or data science. You know, you got to make sure you you got to pick something that's lucrative that you can really go into. And then not everybody is meant, and that's why I feel like is the issue with this, you know, with this franchise. Not everybody is meant to be an entrepreneur. I know that we all want to promote that, but not everybody has a spirit. Not everybody has a drive, the ambition, the organization, you know, the constant firmament to, you know, to do that. Some people are better working underneath somebody, and that is okay. You don't. Everybody can't be an entrepreneur, and that is okay.
And I said that in my video, especially when it comes to Tisha, your cousin Courtney worked for this big time. You the one who bragged up your cousin and you want her to quit her job to come over there. Why won't you humble thine self and go find you a job and learn the business? Why don't you try that?
She could go work for a construction company. Y'all gotta go get my charge. I'll be back.
Go find you a job, a 9 to 5, or whatever your hours you want it to be, and go learn the business.
She got Tisha got big red hours, 9 to 5. That's what she got.
I don't know.
I don't know, y'all, but this show, I just feel like it's on this last leg. People don't start being honest. People don't start their part. I feel like, you know, yes, while the Scotts can have outreach to other people, there's probably a reason why people are not doing business with them, because they're just not, they don't prove to be trustworthy to me. Like, I wouldn't, if I watch this show or I see what they're doing on the show or even look them up on the internet, they don't have a reputation. We saw they don't have nothing on their Instagram page. They don't have a website. So why would I want to work with you? You don't have a proven portfolio of greatness for you to have a leg to stand on. Melody's stuff is documented. So
does her sites redirect?
Nope.
Oh.
I've ordered from her several times. She has her named website where you can do her property preservation stuff. These people rave about how much money they've made doing, and that actually is a very good business because that links with what I do for my full-time job. I've seen people doing that when they flip houses and things like that, when the banks own homes and it takes a while to sell them. Those people make a killing, trash outs, all that stuff. Pay for you to come and take the trash out of a house. You can get paid anywhere between $500 to thousands of dollars to do that, depending on the size of the home.
Yeah, go ahead, sis.
Yeah, I mean, it's a lot of work, but you know, you can make money. So she's teaching people how to do that. And my thing is with Martell, he's lazy to me, because if y'all doing that stuff together, he could easily build an online platform and do the same thing and teach people how to do that. But he want to go and get on random women's credit and buy properties and do all this stuff and scam. So allegedly. But y'all, what else y'all got to say about this foolishness? Because it's 11:47 on my side, and I got the corporate thing.
That's it,
y'all. Also, I wanted to ask you guys a question.
Yes.
So whenever we start bringing this panel to my channel, can we make it in an uncut edition?
We can do whatever you want.
It's on your channel, yeah.
Okay, I feel like, it should be uncut. You say whatever you want, cuss how much you want.
We try to make So you get paid, Jeremy. That's all.
No, I'm not like. Trust me, I'm not worried about getting paid off of the YouTube anymore. I stopped that, but I don't even monetize most of my videos anymore. It's too much hassle. I do it for the enjoyment.
Yeah.
They changed the pay scale again. I was going to send it to y'all.
Really?
I'm gonna send it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. At one point, I was making like 675 like a month.
Wow.
Like when I was hot on here, like thousands of video, well, like 200 videos that I was making good money.
Come on,
that shit was stressful.
Yeah, it's a lot of work. Listen, people be thinking that you're gonna have some get rich quick scheme on YouTube.
Not on YouTube.
For the enjoyment, but I would like to enjoy a deposit as well.
Yeah.
Well, just a little something for my time.
Well, I don't. So on my when we bring the panel like swinging my way, we can definitely have it be you can definitely just say all you want.
Just unleash.
Unleash. I'm fine with that.
Well, you know what? We'll be at your house next week.
Are you open next week?
Next week.
I'll let y'all know in our group chat.
Okay.
Unfiltered, uncut.
Yep.
Because I feel like that means I'll have to take all of it. I mean, I already take notes for Real Housewives because I do review it, but like I'll have to start taking notes for Love and Marriage Huntsville, and okay. I'd like
assist you. How about that?
Or maybe y'all take the notes for Love and Marriage. I'll take the notes for Real Housewives, and we just do it that way. Because I feel like Love and Marriage is like more of y'all's specialization than it is mine's at this point in my life. So
yeah. I feel like my specialty these days been Summer House, Martha's Vineyard.
Mm-hmm.
But we'll talk about that off of the live.
Yeah.
Any closing remarks?
Nope.
Okay.
Hopefully it get better. I doubt if it will, but for Love Marriage Huntsville, I don't think it's gonna get any better. That's just me, but
child, me either. But we just
nobody keep hope alive for the show.
We're gonna hold on tight to the end of the season and see, child. All right, y'all. Well, thank y'all so much for rocking with the Unbiased Opinion panel. We appreciate you. Please, please, please make sure that you go and subscribe to my lovely, lovely panelist friends here and their pages. Go to Conversations with Sean and Jeremy Speaks TV. And of course, before you leave out of here, go ahead and subscribe, like the video, comment if you're on the replay game, okay? And look on down into the description area if you would like to find their channels. You can easily click right on it and go ahead and subscribe that way. Until next Tuesday, 9:30 Eastern Time, 8:30
Central.
Okay, Sean, but we will be on Jeremy's channel, Lord willing, okay? And it's gonna be
on us.
It's gonna be uncut.
I didn't agree to anything yet.
Listen, I'm claiming it. I'm claiming it. All right, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. We'll see you in the next video. Peace out.
All right.
Has it ended?
Do I? Okay, so I hit end broadcast, right?
Oh.
It's not ended.